Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Wednesday the 28th of September 2022. Now, being International Week, we've gone through that and we're just waiting to look ahead until Saturday's game against Blackburn away. So today, there's literally isn't any news. We're going to look at some stats. This is from Millwall's own website, millfc.co.uk. Playmaker stats on Millwall's season so far. Playmaker Stats, Millwall Football Club's official statistical partner, have published a review of the Lions' 22-23 season so far as the campaign emerges from its first international break. Breaking down the stats into bite-sized and enticing chunks, you can delve deep to the first 2 months of the season, which we will do now, with something to get you started below. Find out which Millwall player is the biggest menace in the Sky Bet Championship when it comes to attacking set pieces, who currently sits in second place in the division's assist chart, just how many times the woodwork has denied the Lions, and much more. So let's have a look at their little, what would you call it, quarter of a season report. This is from playmakerstats.com. Stat summary: Millwall in 22-23. With the international break drawing to a close and normal service set to resume across the Premier League and the EFL this weekend, now is a great time to delve into the numbers behind Millwall's season so far. The Lions entered the break 13th in the Championship table on 13 points, after goals from Zion Fleming and Benik Afobe helped them record their 4th win of the season at home to Blackpool. In fact, all 4 of Millwall's league victories during the 22-23 campaign have come at the Den, which is perhaps no surprise, given that Garrow outside have picked up more Championship points at home, 57, than any other team from the start of the last season. So, last season, and what we've got this season so far, we are the number 1 home team. In an ultra competitive league that sees Millwall 2 points shy of 5th, but only 3 points clear of 22nd, Rowett and co know that their home record provides a solid base from which to build, but they will also be aware that they need to add to the solitary away point that they have won thus so far against Swansea. In fact, a Millwall player has yet to score on the road this season in the second tier, as both the line strikes against the Swans came courtesy of injury time own goals. Yes, so not only have we not won an away game yet, we haven't even scored an away goal, technically, because they were both own goals. So there's the stat about this season and all of last season, Millwall number 1 home team. But what does that mean though? Because the teams that are really good, say Fulham, well, they're now in the Premier League. So Fleming off and running. Victory over Blackpool last time out effectively ended the first chapter of the season on a high, and was apt that summer signing Fleming chalked up his first goal for the Lions in the contest. Signed in the summer from Fortuna Sittard, the 24-year-old forward had to sweat on whether he would be awarded the goal, as it was initially credited as an own goal to Tangerines keeper Daniel Grimshaw. However, the dubious goals committee has since ruled in favour of the Dutchman, who is now off the mark for Millwall. Fleming was perhaps unfortunate to have to wait until his 7th Lions appearance to open his account, as he had already at the post twice this season, and the woodwork has been a real problem more generally, with only Bristol City, 6, hitting the frame of the goal on more occasions than Millwall, 5. So we've hit the bar 5 times so far this season, which is the second highest in the league. Rowett side have certainly made their own luck, however, when it comes to the threat they pose from set pieces. No team in the Championship has scored more league goals from corners, free kicks and throw-ins than Millwall, 5, this season. Fleming's maiden goal for the Lions fittingly scored from a Scotland corner. The Lions are a real menace from set plays and have had more shots from dead ball situations than any other team. Murray Wallace leading the division with 12 of them. So we've had 54 shots coming from free kick situation, and Murray Wallace has had 12 of them. Am I right in thinking he hasn't scored yet, has he? I don't think so. Pros and cons. As a general rule, Mill's stats so far this season paint the picture of a side who are very dominant in some aspects of their play, but who could impose themselves more in others. With the most aerials won per game in the Championship this season, the Lions measure up incredibly well when the ball is off the deck, and the 18.4 tackles they win on average ranks third in the division. So averagely, 28.6 aerials won per game, best in the league. 18.4 tackles per game, third in the division. Their long game has also held up well. No team in the second tier has completed more long key passes than Millwall so far. So whatever long key pass, I'm sure it's like a long pass that actually leads to something. We're number one in that as well, 33. On the flip side of the coin, the Lions are less assertive when it comes to keeping possession. Rowett's charges enjoying 45% of the ball on average in 22-23, with a pass completion percentage of 71%. That lags behind the likes of Tick Attacker merchants Swansea and Burnley, although Birmingham, Luton and Rotherham are all less accurate than Millwall in terms of their distribution. There you go. One area that perhaps typifies Millwall's tendency to mix good stats with underwhelming ones is their shooting. In terms of getting their shots off, there is much for the Lions to be happy about this term. As mentioned, they lead the division for shots from set pieces, and they rank second in the Championship for shots taken inside the penalty box. Indeed, 92, and fifth overall for shots per game, 13.1. In addition, they also top the division for most headed shots on goal, 37. So why are we struggling to score? Why are we struggling to score if we're so good? The production's there, the shots are there, but we're not scoring. The fly in this particular ointment is that they have also had more shots off target than any other team in the Championship. Holy moly, that's not good. So Rout will no doubt have used recent time on the training ground to drum into his players the importance of making opposition keepers work. In his post-match press conference following the Blackpool win, the Lions boss stated how important the first goal was in games, and he wasn't wrong, as Millwall have won all 4 Championship games in which they have led this term. The issue, as alluded to by their manager, was that they have often yielded the advantage to their opponents. Millwall level with Blackpool and West Brom for trailing on most occasions this season, 7. So we're number 1 in the league for how many times we were losing in the game, or for trailing in a game, 7. And the result of it going behind 7 times, we ended up winning one of the game. That was a Coventry game. A 1 draw, I think that was a Swansea game, and then 5 losses. Defenders lead the way. When it comes to individuals whose stats are shining, the emphasis is very much on the Lions' defensive unit. Murray Wallace has played more minutes than any Millwall player in the Championship this season, and he ranks 9th in the division for tackles won. In fact, Wallace has only been dribbled past on 7 occasions this term. Scott Malone, meanwhile, has racked up 4 assists already, meaning that only QPR's Elias Chair has laid on more Championship goals than the Mill wingback, who also ranks 7th in the second tier for accurate crosses made, 18. Lone E. Charlie Cresswell also deserves special mention, as he is currently the Lions' top scorer with 3 goals. All of them are perhaps unsurprisingly coming from set pieces, with Jake Cooper also getting his name on the score sheet this season. No Championship side has scored more goals via defenders this season than Millwall. A damning indictment of our forward attacking. Would you think? Or would you think well, we've got new players up front, so we need them to gel. We need them to sort themselves out and figure it out. And once they do, they'll be flying, no? And until then, we've got the defenders scoring. So, of those players to make 5+ championship appearances this season, another defensively solid player, Jamie Shackleton, leads the way for the Lions in another stat category. His 82% pass completion is the best in the Millwall squad at present. That's nearly a wrap for Playmaker's first raft of number crunching this season, but we've got one more stat up our sleeves concerning Millwall's disciplinary record. Going back to the start of last season, Millwall are the only current championship side not to pick up a red card in league action. Murray Wallace, the last line to receive his marching orders back in January 2021 versus Coventry. Fair play. So yeah, we haven't had a red card all of last season and so far this season. I think that's it. So there you go. No news, but plenty of stats, and some of them surprising, some not so. And yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.